Awesome. Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I want to give a warm welcome to my good friend Paul Olson. What's up, buddy?
Hey.
How you doing?
Good, and you?
Excellent, excellent. How's
Good.
the fam?
Oh, they're doing great.
That's
They're
good.
doing great.
That's good. Paul's got, tell him about your kids.
Oh my gosh, I got 3 kids. Lance, who's 5, Mark, who's 4, and then Jack Steele, who's 1.5.
And don't forget your lovely wife.
My lovely wife, my German bride from Berlin. She's a wonderful, wonderful lady. Always has some of the best food around here for me. Everybody always picks on me for my lunches because I never go out to eat because she always got great leftovers for me to bring in.
And it's never a sandwich. You know, it's always a hot meal. You know? Right?
That it is.
That's awesome. That's good.
Yeah.
So, guys, Paul is my relational technologist, and that's kind of a phrase that I coined because he is a technical guy, okay, not a coder or programmer, okay, or software developer, but he knows what he wants to happen, and he knows what he wants it to do, and he can relate technology to real estate. So that's how I came up with the term relational technologist. He relates technology to real estate. So, Paul, start out and tell them a little bit about what it is that you do with us, for those that haven't seen it before.
Like you're saying, I do a lot of relating technology to real estate. I'm also a big systems guy. My background is actually broadcast engineering. I was working at a 500,000 square foot facility doing live uplinks between us and Jerusalem and all kinds of other places. So
Wow.
that kind of thing. So systems is my big forte. So what I do here around here is I bring in a lot of systems. And by that, bringing it to where it's all implementable stuff. Like for HUD, what we do is I actually am able to mirror the HUD website with our spreadsheet, get it to where we can actually look at it, see which properties are actually live, which ones aren't, and then be able to track it as it goes through the whole closing process with somebody else or with us. So I bring in systems like that. I also bring in a lot of systems to help market the properties once we get under contract. What I do is I basically have it set up to where the moment we get a lead on a HUD property, all the way down to the closing, I've got some kind of system or some kind of form or some kind of database in place that tracks, notifies, and helps us keep on track with it.
Wow. Did you hear that, guys? This guy is busy, okay? He created our systems for tracking our HUD offers, how to submit those offers in bulk. Well, I shouldn't say bulk, you know, because they don't allow any kind of a software or anything like that. It's all done manually. But this guy has it down to a science where we have 2 VAs making offer on houses in 12 different states, right?
It's amazing, yes.
And only 2 guys, and they're not even full-time.
Right.
So they're making offers on every HUD house that meets our criteria in 12 different states. So he knows what he's doing, and he's set up this whole system. And at Nothing But HUD, he's going to be going over that entire system to show you guys step by step in detail exactly what he does and how he does it. Not only that, you've got a couple of VAs, but you're going to have one of them Skyped in, and you're going to have them show and demonstrate what it is they do, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I've got one girl by the name of Mercy, and she's just awesome. She's been working with me almost 2 years now, I think, something like that.
At least.
She's been around for a while with us, and she's been doing HUD bids inside and out. She knows how to work with us and get the bids done fast. It's amazing. Honestly, I cannot believe how fast they get bids done.
Wow.
I was running calculations on what it should take and all that, and they blew them out of the water. They really did.
That's funny. I remember when we were talking about expanding into other states, because we've been in the Carolinas for years, as you know, but in January we expanded into Alabama and Virginia, and then we just started adding state after state after state, and he's even got that expansion down to just, you know, point and click, you know, just almost that easy.
Almost.
You know, but it just blew me away because he started saying, okay, if it takes them X number of seconds to submit each bid, we're going to need like 8 people working 80 hours a week, you know, just to get through all the bids. But they blew all that away, didn't they?
They did, and it blew me away because they actually rose to the challenge. They we helped them get a little bit more streamlined, and everything like that. And now they're getting through all these states. I mean, it's one of those that we're being very specific about the properties that we want, but they're going through all the states in about 12 hours a day, something like that.
Wow, wow. That's huge.
That's huge. Between two people, that's 6 hours. So
that's great.
Not bad.
That is really good. That is really good. And you're going to be teaching and going through the spreadsheets and exactly what we do and how we do it.
Exactly. I hope you'll be able to walk away with pretty much everything in hand to be able to replicate what we're doing.
That's huge. It really is. It really is. And guys, I don't want you guys to think that, okay, they're teaching this, but, they're in 12 states. How in the world am I going to be able to compete? Well, guys, I got to tell you, we're not your competition, okay? Because we've got overhead, we got big offices, overhead, commissions that we got to pay. So, you could pay this, we have to pay this. So if anything, you're our competition. We're not your competition,
Exactly.
But because we've got to pay a little bit lower. So don't even be thinking about that. I'm not your competition. Yes, we're in 12 states, and we're going to be in 16 by the year end, right?
Right.
Isn't that what we're planning on?
That's it.
So our goal is to be in 16 states. And guys, if we could just get 1 or 2 deals per state, 1 or 2 or maybe 3, in the Carolinas we might get 2 or 3 or 4 per month, okay? But in the rest of those states, if we can just get 1 or 2 per month, I mean, that'll be a pretty nice living right there. Exactly. So that's our goal, okay? Our goal is to go in for the low-hanging fruit. And yes, we're primarily buying the ones that have been on the market the longest, 60, 70, 80, 90 days or more, right?
That's right.
But at that point, HUD is looking to drop their prices, okay? So don't worry about us being your competition, okay? It's not a big deal at all. You can pay a lot more for a house than we can. We have to be a lot lower than you guys do, okay? So you're going to be speaking on Friday and Saturday, and you're going to Skype Mercy in, right?
That's correct.
She's actually going to make some bids live, right?
That's correct.
That's awesome. So we're going to walk through, and Mercy, Paul's VA, is going to show you exactly what she does, and she's going to go through it step by step by step and show you how those bids are made, and as well as just pulling them off the spreadsheet from what Amir and his team do, because they load the value or the price we can pay, the bid amount I should say, onto the spreadsheet, and then Mercy picks it up and she makes that bid along with our newest guy. What's his name?
Jamie.
Jamie. Okay.
Yep.
He's so new I didn't even know his name. Okay. But he's another one of our VAs. It's his brother. We've got another one named John Paul who helps Paul
do a lot of programming.
A lot of programming and stuff like that. He's a virtual assistant as well.
Yep.
So Paul's going to go through that, go through all the detail. Now, the other thing that you do is you market these properties, right?
That is correct.
And you market them using a VA as well, right?
Somewhat, yes. Actually, I do use a VA for a lot of my online marketing. I also use a lot of VAs that are actually in the U.S. type of thing. I guess you can call them VAs as well.
Okay, good. So
yeah,
you're going to go. Are you going to go through that system and show them exactly what it is
I'll
we
go
do?
through that.
Okay. We're going to have samples of all of our marketing, everything that you need, whatever it is that you need. You're going to walk away with it at that event. And it's just my team and I, as well as some other HUD insiders. We've got a HUD attorney that's going to be there. It used to be a HUD attorney. HUD doesn't have their own attorneys anymore, but it's a former HUD attorney that still does a lot of our HUD closings, actually all of our HUD closings in one of the states.
Yep.
So he'll be there as well. The other thing is we're going to talk about, there's a lot of changes coming with HUD, okay? There's a lot of things that are just right on the cusp, okay? We're really at a tipping point right now with HUD. They're getting ready to make some changes with their asset managers, and it's long overdue. We're going to talk about HUD loan sales. You guys may not even know this, but HUD, in addition to foreclosing on the properties and then offering those properties at HUD Home Store, FHA also sells loans to other servicers, and then they end up foreclosing on the property, okay? So we're going to talk about that whole thing. I'm going to be sharing with you personally what I've done in my research and talking to other industry insiders and people at HUD, exactly what's going on, and you're going to see a trend, and it's going to blow you away. So you're going to need to probably make some changes in your model, because there are some big changes coming. We're making some changes in our model as well, and all that is going to be shared at this live HUD event, whether you're there live or you're watching the HUD stream by going to nothingbutHUD.com. So, Paul, is there anything else you'd like to share about the event or just about what you're doing?
I think the one thing that's going to be amazing for these people is if you have been trying to deal with HUD but have had a hard time getting automated,
Oh, yeah.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you're going to be getting set up and hooked up on that because we're going to hook you up on automation.
That's awesome. And this is the guy that can do it right here. So, Paul, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sharing this information. And if I'm not mistaken, are we going to take some questions at this point? Excellent. You don't mind hanging out with me?
No, let's do it.
That's great.
All right, hey guys. We do have a question here from Daniel. Do you have an agent in Delaware?
Agent in Delaware. No, I do not. And the reason is Delaware is not one of our states that we're working in right now. We're primarily working in the southeast. Okay, and we're working all the way over. What's the furthest west we go?
I think
I
Texas.
think it's your state, Texas.
Yeah,
all from Texas. Yeah. So we don't have an agent in Delaware, and Delaware is not one of our 16 states that we plan on going in right now because we're just starting in the Carolinas and going out and staying in the south or southeast. So, but whenever we do start expanding into other areas, if we do start expanding into other areas, we will be sending out an email looking for agents in those areas.
All right, we also have a question from Pam. When dealing with HUD, investors can't place a bid until after a certain period of time, correct?
That is correct. Right. Now, the way that works is it used to be that owner occupants got the first 30-day look, okay? Investors could not bid. Now, in some areas, they shortened that to 15. What kind of trend do you see going on?
I've seen is one.
Now, what that means is there's a lot of buyers out there. The market has turned. It's now a seller's market. So they're shortening that time frame, making those people get on it very fast. If not, they're opening it up to investors. So I hope that answered your question.
All right, we do have a question from Christina. I really want to attend the event, but what if I can't attend the event or the live stream? Will you be recording it?
Well, our plan is to record the event because we have to stream it anyway. So we will be recording the event, and I'm sure we will be offering the recordings after the event. But it might take a little bit of time to get them all edited and everything put together and all that good stuff. The best thing to do is just stream it. That way you get everything that that is there. But if you can't stream it, I certainly understand that.
We do have one more question. This is from Steve. Is it better to purchase in an individual name or an entity?
That's a great question. And Paul's got a whole story.
No, not at all.
Yeah, he was involved in this, so that's great that he's sitting up here and you have that question.
It's so funny because we actually did testing on that a while back ago. We actually were making offers in an entity name that Larry owned, and then also my personal name to see how many bids would get awarded. Basically making the exact same bid.
Even though it was for investment purposes.
Exactly. So it's so funny, like anytime I go for a credit check now, I have all these property questions that they ask.
Yeah, that's right.
But, so at any rate, what we found is there pretty much wasn't any difference. Every now and then we'd think, hey, yeah, it actually is working better in the individual name because we get more offers there, and then it'd switch over to the entity. At the end of the day, it really just seemed to be which one the asset manager was willing to take that day. It didn't seem to, over time, really make that big of a difference.
And it seemed like, if I remember correctly, when we first started trying it, it seemed like it worked more often in your name, but the more and more we went into this and kept it going, there was really no difference that we could tell.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of what we found out?
I think it really was the time frame issue with it, too.
Yeah.
So it could be you get one or two that you get more that way, but honestly, I think at the end of the day, it really does boil down to the asset manager, and they're just ready to take an offer that day.
Yeah, and it's all on the computer. It's all on the computer. So it was a great question. Thanks for asking.
We did have one more just come in. Carol asked, does HUD have a seasoning period?
Does HUD have a seasoning period? Great question. I'm going to answer that in two different ways. Now, as far as for reselling the property, no. No, there is no seasoning, right? You can buy it today, close on it today and pay $50,000 and sell it tomorrow for $150,000. It doesn't matter. Now, the second part of that is your buyer getting an FHA loan? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That is the key. If your buyer, or if you're a wholesaler and you're wholesaling it to a fix and flip or a rehabber, and then their buyer's getting an FHA loan, then that's where seasoning is going to become a challenge. So if FHA is making a loan on that property that was a HUD foreclosure, then there may be some seasoning issue there. So that's the two differences. That's a great question also.
Correct. Yeah.
So, cool. I hope that really helped. Okay, I don't guess we have any more questions. So guys, thank you so much for being on here. I hope you got a lot out of this. We had a great amount of people in attendance today. Thank you so much. I hope you got a lot out of this. And be sure and go over to nothingbutHUD.com and sign up for the stream, or call my office, 803-831-2858, and see if we still have one of those live seats left. We have people coming literally from all over the world, not just all over the country, but we have people coming from other countries for this event. It's the very first time we've ever done this. We don't have another one planned, so please, if you can't make the live event, or if it's gone, those few seats that we had are gone, then sign up for the stream, and I look forward to seeing you at Nothing But HUD.